cool stuff today, and you would have a very hard time finding anyone cooler than the two people we have on the line right now. I can't believe they're on my show. I'm very excited. We are obsessed with them. Everyone is. And one of them even wrote the song I just sang, which is why I was actually even more terrified to be singing Jolene. She sold over 100 million albums. He sold over 300 million books. So together they have a new novel called Run, Rose, Run. It's out now, but more importantly, they're good people and support good causes like literacy, health, and community. Let's say hello to Miss the Dolly Parton and James Patterson.
Hey.
Oh my gosh, it's so great to see both of you. Thank you so much for taking the time to do my show.
Well, we love your show, and we love you. Thank you for having
Thank
us.
you. Well, I have to say, again, it was great to sing your music last week at the Academy of Country Music Awards, but I will say it's always going to be terrifying to sing your song in front of you while you're there. Just so you know, I'm always sweating profusely.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't think you have to worry with a voice like yours. I was so honored, and nobody can sing like you, so I was very proud of you and so proud of your rendition of it. It's great. One of the best ever, ever.
You are so kind. And it was also, we haven't really been able to talk about it, but it was cool to sing 9 to 5 here. We did the kind of reimagined version of 9 to 5 for your documentary, Still Working 9 to 5, which is amazing. Not just the song, but the documentary is amazing. So thank you for letting me be a part of that. I got to brag to Blake Shelton about that moment.
Well, you did a great job on that, too. I love how you took that and just made it your own, and I got a chance to sing background for a change. But I'm really proud of that rendition of it, and I think hopefully it'll do well for us. It's great in the documentary.
Oh, my God, it's a really cool thing. James, do you have a favorite Dolly song?
Yeah, well, first of all, off of the new album, Run, Rose, Run, I love Big Dreams and Faded Jeans and Woman Up and Take It Like a Man, right?
I love
Right,
that
Dolly?
one. I love
Yeah,
And then,
he's
of course,
always
is My
loved
Life
that
Would
one.
Suck. My Life Would Suck Without You. I love that one.
Yes!
Here's Kelly.
Yes! James Patterson knows my music. Oh my God, that's amazing. Did y'all know each other? How did you end up working together on this book?
Dolly?
You want to tell it? Well,
I went
actually, he
banging on
called
her. I
me.
came down to Nashville. I went to college in Nashville at Vanderbilt, so I love that town anyway. And I used to go to the Grand Ole Opry when it was in town. And I just went banging on her door. I said, "You want to write a book?" She said, "Who are you?"
And hardly. Actually, I was very honored that he would ask me to write a book. When he first asked if I'd like to write a book with him, and I thought, well, what do you need me for? You've only sold 400 million books so far. And he said, well, I have an idea. Would you like to hear it? And I said, yeah. So he did come to Nashville. We talked it over, and the rest is going to be history, I hope.
I love that. Is it kind of about the Nashville dream? Like, what is the book about?
Well, it is about the Nashville dream. And, you know, both of us, Dolly and I, Dolly came from the hills of Tennessee, and I came from this little town up in New York State, way, way up. And both of us, there probably 1,000,000 to 1 chance, you know, odds against us making it. And the same thing in this book, Run, Rose, Run. The singer, Annie Lee Keys, you know, she's got a lot of talent. She comes to Nashville, but, you know, you know, Kelly, I mean, it's hard to make it with all the talent in the world. And that's what the story's about. She has her background is kind of weird. Dolly?
Yeah, and my background is kind of weird. No, actually, it's about a young girl that's trying, like she's running from something and running to something. You have to read the book to get to know all of the things about it. But it's about her journey. And then there's an older character that was once a big star, Ruth Anna, writer, that she still writes songs. She has her own studio, has her own band, but she considers herself retired. And so Ruth Ann kind of becomes a mentor, you know, to Annie Lee, and they become friends. And it's a wonderful story about bad management and about all the things that can happen to you in the business, in addition to Annie Lee running from this mystery thing that is part of the whole book. And it's really a clever little book, and I was so honored to get to write something with him. I was a little intimidated because I've never written a novel.
And you were what, James?
I relate to Ethan in the book. He's a handsome, young, up-and-coming singer, and, you know, but she says I can't relate to him. I got to relate to the older guy, so all right, I'll relate to him.
No.
Yeah,
Wait.
there's a Ruth Ann's. Yeah. Anyway, Ruth Ann's. She has a manager that she loves called Jack, the older woman. So he's saying he can play that because we are going to be doing a movie of it at some point.
I know, I heard about that. I heard that you were going to make it into a movie, and I think that's such a brilliant idea. I wonder, though, Dolly, are any pieces of your life, I mean, since James asked you to do this, any pieces of your life kind of seep into this character or any of the characters in the book?
Oh, of course. I related to every single one of them, the young girl and even Ethan that James was talking about, because I related to all the young men that I met when they were coming to Nashville, all the people, even like, Merle Haggard, who I loved, and we were beginning to make it pretty much at the same time. And then I sang a duet called Demons from the book, one of the songs I wrote from the album, with Merle Haggard's son, Ben. So I'm really excited about that. So there's a lot of things I relate to, of course. James has this wonderful mind for creating everything, but it is something at least I can relate to and love the story.
Yeah, and Kelly, one of the really cool things and what makes this so different is that Dolly, did an album.
Yeah, I was about to say that, yeah.
That you read about in the book, and it's amazing. And the album is spectacular. It's a wonderful, wonderful album with 12 new songs. And,
she's Dolly Parton.
There's the album, Run, Post, Run. But that's very unusual to be able to read the book and then you listen to the songs, or vice versa. Start with the songs and then read the book. It's a very, and I don't think anybody's ever done it.
I was going to say it's a very clever thing, too, because you're not only into the novel, but you're into the music, which creates a bigger story in your head. You know, I always say our mind doesn't have a budget, so the best movies are like in your head almost, So you're like creating this, and you've given us a compilation album, like for the album, too. It goes, or it's a companion to the book. So I'm excited about the movie. I'm excited about all of it. It's so cool. I love, like, two people that we all love working together to create something that's so magical. So thank you for doing that. Everybody, James and Dolly's book and Dolly's new album are both called Run, Rose, Run, and they are out now. You got to check it out. Thank y'all so much for calling in. I appreciate you taking the time. All right.
Thank you. Love you.
I love y'all too. Okay, can you take us to commercial, Jonna?